Welcome to Deca Rankings, where we explore the rich tapestry of mythology from cultures around the world. Today we're diving into the fascinating spiritual world of the Pueblo Hopi people, whose beliefs are woven deeply into the desert mesas of northeastern Arizona. We'll be discussing the gods and spirits of their mythology. Tawa the Sun Spirit stands as the paramount creator deity in Hopi cosmology, the first being in existence who formed the first world from endless space. Traditional Hopi mothers still seek blessings from Tawa for their newborn children, maintaining a connection that spans countless generations. In the creation narrative, Tawa sent these original creatures on migrations through multiple worlds, each time transforming them until they became the Hopi people. As the infinite Sun Spirit, Tawa embodies the eternal essence preceding all existence and continues to preside over life, growth, and fertility in Hopi belief. Spider Woman, aka Kokiangwuti or Spider Grandmother, is the powerful creator goddess who serves as the earth goddess and spiritual intermediary between the creator and the Hopi people. According to legend, Tawa sent Spider Grandmother to guide the insect-like creatures of the first world on their long journey to the second world, where they transformed into wolves and bears. She created all life under the direction of Sotuknang and is revered as the mother of the twin war gods and spouse of the sun. Spider-Woman is also credited with teaching the Hopi essential arts, like weaving and pottery, portrayed as a wise and nurturing figure who guides the people through difficult times. Masawu or Maso is the spirit of death and earth god that is a complex figure who rules the surface of the earth, with dominion extending to the underworld, fire, and the fields. Also known as Skeleton Man, Masawu was the keeper of fire and the master of the upper world or fourth world, present when the righteous people escaped the wickedness of the third world. Described as wearing a hideous mask, yet alternately depicted as handsome and bejeweled beneath it, or as a bloody, fearsome creature, he embodies both terrifying and benevolent qualities. According to one story, it was Masawu who helped settle the Hopi at Oraibi, giving them stewardship over the land and charging them to watch for the coming of the Pahana, the lost white brother. Huruengwuchti, also known as Hard Substances Woman or Hard Being Woman, is the deity that represents an alternative creation tradition within Hopi mythology. According to some versions, Hard Being Woman of the West and Hard Being Woman of the East created life while the sun merely observed the process. Her role in Hopi legends is particularly associated with stories describing how the Hopi arrived in the fourth world by boat, contrasting with the Sipapu emergence narrative. Sotuknang or Sutuknang was the nephew of Tawa and the god of the sky, and was the first being created by Tawa himself. He was sent by his uncle to create the 9 universes according to the creator's plan, constructing places for life throughout the cosmos. Sotuknang also created Spider Woman, establishing her as a messenger for the creator and intercessor between the deity and the people. He is responsible for the orderly functioning of the universe, often depicted as a guardian figure ensuring the harmony and balance of the cosmos throughout the various worlds the Hopi have inhabited. Palulukang, the mighty water serpent deity, appears as a horned or feathered serpent who controls the underworld, water sources, and the fertilization of seeds. According to Hopi belief, the entire world rests upon the backs of 2 Palulukang who float in the primordial cosmic ocean, and when these great serpents become tired or are mistreated by humanity, they roll over, causing devastating earthquakes and stopping the flow of springs. This powerful deity lives in the deep springs and is appealed to during the snake and flute ceremonies, portrayed in religious puppetry during winter night dances. The Hopi direct prayers to Palulukang for the blessings of rain and snow, recognizing this serpent's vital role in maintaining the waters that sustain all life in their arid homeland. Muyingwa, the god of germination and growth, holds dominion over the reproduction and life cycles of all living things, from humans and animals to the plants that sustain the Hopi people. Residing deep in the underworld, Muyingwa responds to the desires of farmers by sending plants upward from below, guided by the types of seeds they plant in the earth above. During the November Wuchim ceremony, this deity is impersonated by a dancer wearing a distinctive headdress adorned with 2 backward curving horns and colors representing the flowers and essence of summer. As one who controls germination, Muyingwa ensures that the seeds planted by the Hopi will sprout and grow, making this deity absolutely essential to the agricultural survival of the people in their desert environment. The twin war gods Pokanghoya and Palongahoya. Twin war gods are the heroic brothers who serve as protectors of the Hopi people, born of Spider-Woman herself. Throughout Hopi mythology, the twin war gods appear as culture heroes who defend against threats and maintain order in the world. Their stories are central to understanding the warrior traditions and protective spiritual forces in Hopi culture. As sons of the Spider-Woman and the Sun, they embody both earthly and celestial power in the Hopi spiritual hierarchy. Coyote is the quintessential trickster figure in Hopi mythology. Coyote represents both mischief and wisdom through his actions. Like tricksters in many Native American traditions, Coyote's stories serve to teach moral lessons through his foolish behavior and clever schemes. His presence in Hopi tales reminds the people that learning often comes through mistakes, and that humor has an important place in spiritual teachings. The Coyote stories are among the most entertaining yet meaningful narratives in Hopi oral tradition. The Hopi recognize over 400 distinct Kachina spirits, which are supernatural beings that serve as intermediaries between humans and higher deities. These spirits represent everything in the natural world and cosmos, from revered ancestors to elements, locations, qualities, natural phenomena, and concepts. Kachinas are believed to reside in the San Francisco Peaks near Flagstaff, Arizona, and visit the Hopi villages during the first half of the year to bring rain, fertility, good crops, and life's happiness. During ceremonies, masked dancers become possessed by these spirits, channeling their power through elaborate ritual costumes carved and painted to honor each specific Kachina. The following are among the most important Kachina spirits in Hopi tradition. Blue Kachina, or Sakwasohu, is the prophesied spirit that occupies a unique place in Hopi cosmology as the harbinger of transformation between worlds. According to prophecy, the blue star Kachina will appear in the form of a blue star to signify the coming of the beginning of the new world, marking the transition from the fourth world to the fifth world. When the blue star Kachina removes its mask during a dance in the plaza, it will signal the day of purification and the end of all Hopi ceremonialism. While modern scholarship suggests this prophecy may be a relatively recent addition to Hopi tradition, appearing prominently in mid-20th century sources, it has captured widespread attention and become deeply embedded in contemporary understanding of Hopi spiritual beliefs. As the chief of all Kachinas and weather spirit, Eototo holds supreme authority over the Kachina realm. He is described as the spiritual counterpart of the village chief and is knowledgeable about all ceremonial dances and rituals performed throughout the year. Sometimes called the husband of Hahai-i-Wuhti and father of all Kachinas, Eototo controls the seasons themselves. During the Puamu ceremony on 3rd Mesa, he appears with his lieutenant Aholi, performing an elaborate ritual that draws cloud symbols in cornmeal on the ground to bring moisture to the villagers. His rather plain appearance in all white with orange and blue embroidery contrasts with the elaborate costumes of other Kachinas, yet his authority is unquestioned. Anguisnasom or Crow Mother, is known as the mother figure of all Kachinas. She plays a vital protective role in Hopi spiritual life. She carries either a basket of corn and bean sprouts or sometimes yaka, symbolizing her connection to agriculture and sustenance. As guardian of Hopi children, she supervises their initiation ceremonies into the Kachina society, marking their entrance into spiritual adulthood. This figure represents the germination of seeds during winter, ensuring the Hopi will have crops to plant in spring, embodying the eternal cycle of death and rebirth in nature. Perhaps the most recognizable figure in southwestern Native American imagery, Kokopelli is a fertility spirit associated with the robber fly in Hopi tradition. Typically depicted as a humpbacked flute player with feathers or antenna-like protrusions on his head, he serves multiple roles including fertility deity, trickster, and hunter. Among the Hopi, Kokopelli carries unborn children on his back and distributes them to women, which is why young girls often fear his presence. In some tales, his bag contains gifts to attract women, while in others he carries babies to leave with young women. According to legend, Kokopelli warmed the land and winds by playing his flute as he led the Hopi to their homeland, and his music is connected to bringing rain. As the female counterpart to Kokopelli, Kokopelli Mana, the fertility Kachina, brings her own unique energy to Hopi ceremonies. During ceremonial dances, a performer dressed as Kokopelli Mana challenges Hopi men to races, and if she catches her opponent, she knocks him down and pretends to mate with him. This playful yet powerful ceremony demonstrates the Hopi's open approach to fertility symbolism in their religious practices. Her presence in dances ensures the continuation of life and the fertility of both people and crops. As a sacred clown spirit, Kashari plays the vital role of teaching through humor and outrageous behavior during ceremonies. These clown kachinas engage in loud, boisterous conversations and immoderate actions that both entertain and instruct the community. The sacred clowns serve as social critics, using humor to point out improper behavior while maintaining the light-hearted spirit essential to Hopi ceremonies. Their antics remind the Hopi that joy and laughter are as sacred as solemnity in spiritual practice. Mongwa the owl spirit serves as law enforcer among the kachinas, appearing as a warrior who disciplines clowns when their behavior becomes too outrageous. Called the Great Horned Owl Kachina, Mongwa appears in mixed kachina dances and various ordinary dances throughout the ceremonial calendar. His presence ensures that even in the midst of celebration and humor, proper boundaries are maintained. As a favorite subject of kachina carvers, Mongwa's distinctive appearance captures both the wisdom and fierce authority associated with owls in many cultures. Anga Kachina, or long-haired kachina, is the beautiful spirit of rain and flowers that brings the promise of moisture and blooming growth to the Hopi mesas. The long-haired kachina's flowing locks symbolize falling rain, while the flowers represent the fertility that rain brings to the desert landscape. His appearance in ceremonies reminds the Hopi of the interconnection between water, plant life, and human survival in their arid homeland. The aesthetic beauty of this kachina reflects the Hopi appreciation for the visual and spiritual magnificence of their natural world. Mana, also called corn maidens, are agricultural spirits that embody the sacred relationship between the Hopi people and corn, their most vital crop. The corn maidens represent different colors of corn and different aspects of agricultural fertility and success. For traditional Hopis, corn is the central bond of existence, pervading their physical, spiritual, and symbolic life as sustenance, ceremonial object, prayer offering, and sentient being. The corn maiden's presence in ceremonies ensures that this most sacred of crops will continue to nourish the Hopi people generation after generation. Soyoka the monster kachina, also known as Ogre Woman or Soyok Wuchti, appears during the Poamu ceremony as one of the fearsome disciplinary spirits. She may reach for children with her crook and threaten to put them in the basket on her back or cut off their heads with her large knife. Despite the terror she inspires, Soyoko serves the important function of teaching children proper behavior and respect for Hopi ways. Known as the Chief Kachina's lieutenant, Ahole aids Eototo in bringing moisture to the villages during the Poamu ceremony on 3rd Mesa. This beautiful kachina appears with a tall blue helmet and colorful cloak consisting of colors that represent flowers and the essence of summer. On the back of his cloak is a likeness of Muyingwa, one of the germ gods responsible for seed germination. According to legend, Ahole once allowed his throat to be slit so that Eototo could escape, demonstrating the selfless dedication of this high priest kachina. He wears a white kilt, sash, fox skin, and red moccasins while carrying a ceremonial staff. Chiveo or Chaveo the ogre kachina serves as the ultimate bogeyman in Hopi culture, used to frighten naughty children into proper behavior. Also known as the giant ogre, Chiveo punishes or disciplines villagers who have misbehaved, particularly children who refuse to follow Hopi ways. His frightening appearance and demanding personality make him effective in teaching children the consequences of disobedience. While terrifying to the young, Chiveo's role is ultimately protective, ensuring that Hopi children grow up understanding and respecting their cultural traditions and behavioral expectations. Lakan, the squirrel kachina, represents the squirrel, connecting the Hopi to the animal world around them. Like other animal kachinas, the squirrel spirit helps ensure successful hunts and maintains the balance between humans and the creatures they depend on for survival. The feather-eared squirrel kachina from 2nd Mesa demonstrates how the Hopi honor even small animals as sacred beings, worthy of spiritual representation. Every kachina serves primarily as a source of rain, but each also has other functions, and the squirrel kachina reminds the Hopi of their covenant to respect all living things. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Pueblo Hopi mythology and the rich spiritual traditions that continue to thrive in the American Southwest. Don't forget to subscribe to Deca Rankings for more fascinating journeys into world mythology.